Welcome back. We have Oilers head coach Dave Tippett, and we'll take the first question from upstairs from Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Dave, you probably had a list of things that you hoped you would see tonight. You know, special teams, goaltending for sure would be one. Can you just kind of take us through your feeling? That's your whole preseason in one game. How do you feel going in the playoffs?
Some good, some bad. Certainly had some things that I like what we did. I like both our goaltenders. They certainly played well. A couple power plays were all right, but some work to do. There's some spots that we have to get some of the kinks out. And so all in all, you know, you like to win, but it was a good game for evaluating where we are and some players where they fit and some things we have to work on the next couple of days.
The next question comes from Jason Gregor, TSN 1260.
Dave, I know you're not going to say who your starter is, but can you kind of maybe give us what you've been looking at tonight? I don't know if you saw anything that was more advantageous from one or the other. They both played well. So what's going to be the mindset on what the ultimate decision is on who starts on Saturday?
Well, we'll talk about it. And, you know, I've talked about it with you guys. I think both guys will play. You know, the good thing is it's going to be a hard decision, but it's a decision you feel comfortable with both ways because both guys have played very well. So I like the position we're in. We'll talk about it the next day or two and figure out which way we want to start.
Our next question comes from Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic.
Dave, I'm just curious what you thought of the atmosphere tonight. Mike Smith said you felt like he was in the twilight zone. And do you think you'll ever get to the point where you'll be like a baseball manager covering your mouth and that type of thing to kind of either tone down conversation or to avoid communication getting out to the opponents?
First of all, in the atmosphere, it is different. It is different, that's for sure. It's you get out there and it just doesn't have that same feel as when you have fans in there. That being said, once the game gets going, the emotion of the players get moving. You get, you get changes in front of you. You know, I tend to block out the crowd anyway, but you know, when the game's not moving and you're looking around, it's a little different. That being said, I'm not a big yeller and screamer anyway, so usually I'm not too worried about either getting sprayed or spraying somebody else. So that part of it I didn't feel was anything that was troublesome tonight, but definitely a different atmosphere in the building.
Okay, we'll take a question from Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Dave, can you talk to where Riley Sheahan is in terms of maybe playing on Saturday and what you thought of Gaetan Haas in his place?
I thought Hauser played pretty well. Sheehan practiced today for the first time back again. We have a day off tomorrow, but hopefully he'll be ready for practice on Thursday. So, but Hauser played well. We played him on a lot of penalty kill tonight. That's an area we think he can help us with. So we'll just see where Riley is and then see where it goes the rest of the week. But Sheehan skated today, which was positive.
And I hate to ask a second question, but I've been asked by all the other reporters here. What did you think of Philip Broberg, and why did you decide to play him as the seventh defenseman as opposed to, say, Caleb Jones, who played a lot last year?
Jonesy's nicked up a little bit right now, so he wasn't available to us today. That's why he was scheduled to play, and when he couldn't play, we talked about all the other defensemen we have, and Broberg is the only guy in our camp that hasn't played an NHL game. Bouchard's played games, Lagesson played games. And if we got down to the situation where we thought we needed him, I would rather have his first experience in the NHL be an exhibition game. And with a young player like that, I think you could see some of that out there tonight. He's a real competitive kid, skates very well, but the game moves quick out there. And it was good to see him get his feet wet. But he's a young player and he's got great upside. So that was what went into the decision. We wanted to make sure going into the play-in round, everybody in our team has played an NHL game, and hopefully whoever we need to jump into spots can jump in there and do the job for us.
Okay, we'll take some questions from Zoom. We'll start with Ryan Rashad.
Hey, Dave. Just wondering if you can comment on what you saw out of your power play tonight. Obviously produced, but just kind of overall how you felt, and maybe just discuss a little bit the little competition between Chason and James Neal. They both take turns with that top unit, and you know what you need to see from a guy to consistently stay in that spot.
Well, in actual fact, we like the way it looks because it gives it kind of a couple different looks when you have the right-hander and the left-hander out there. So both of them can do the job, I think, equally well. There's certain times when we're just looking for different things on it or different setups. So I thought it moved well. I mean, the core of that power play has been together for a few years now, so it's they read off each other very well. You know, it's not as if we're setting anything new up here. They're really dialed into what they want to try to accomplish. But that being said, just getting out there and working on it in live situations was good for us. We got the one. You know, there's some areas that we'll look at it on tape and see some things that maybe we can do a little better on it. But for the first time in 4 months or whatever, it was all right.
We'll go to Tom Galiti, NHL.com.
Dave, you talked about how the atmosphere was a lot different. In spite of that, did some of the natural stuff that happens between the Oilers and the Flames kind of happen anyway? Just kind of break through all the different atmosphere?
You know, it's funny. You don't know what to expect. There's things that you want to work on with your team, but you haven't played in so long. You're playing Calgary, which is obviously a rivalry. I think one of the assistant coaches said it best. He said, it wasn't an exhibition game. It wasn't a full playoff game, but it wasn't an exhibition game either. It was somewhere in between. And from a coaching standpoint, I was happy for that. There's a little bit of emotion in it, a little, some speed, some momentum changes, things that you want to see your team go through. And like I say, there was some things that I thought we did well. There's some things that we really have to look at and improve. And if you just have an exhibition game that's like a shinny game where nobody wants to get hurt, or they're just, it's just to get through it, then you're not going to accomplish as much. I thought tonight there was enough competitiveness in it where you can get a read on things, and it'll help us going forward.
There are no more questions. This concludes Edmonton Oilers media availability. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.